You guys, I have such a special story for you today. It's about a friendship, but not just any friendship. This is the story of a beggar and a king.
So let me ask you something. Do you think a super poor, humble man and a super powerful, mighty king could really be best friends? It sounds kind of impossible, right? Well, let's see. All right, so let's meet our two friends. Their names are Sudama and Krishna. And to really get the story, you have to see just how incredibly different their lives were. Okay, look at this. On one side, you have Sudama. He was a poor brahmana, super humble, and lived a really simple life. I mean, he wore ripped, tattered clothes, but, he was content. And then you have Krishna. Whoa, a powerful king living in a giant, beautiful palace, married to a goddess, and he ruled this amazing city called Dwarka. Total opposites, right? But here's the amazing part. When they were just boys, they were best friends. So you might be wondering, what's a brahmana? Well, it wasn't about having money or anything like that. A brahmana, like Sudama, was someone who was super wise and kind. He knew all the important things about life. His real treasure was on the inside. He was peaceful and had a really good heart. So let's go back to Sudama's little house. Things were not easy. In fact, they were really tough. And his wife, who loved him so much, could see that her family was suffering. She just knew she had to say something. And so she went to her husband. You can just imagine the look on her face, full of worry. But she also had this little spark of hope in her eyes. An idea. She said, listen, your friend, Krishna, he's the king now. Everyone knows how kind he is. He helps everyone. Please, just go to him. I just know he'll help you. And Sudama, he thought about it. And you know what? He realized something. It wasn't really about getting help. I mean, yes, his family needed it. But the real reason to go, the real treasure, was just getting to see his friend Krishna again. That's what really mattered. So he decided, okay, I'll go. But wait, you can't just show up to visit a king with nothing, right? So his wife went around to the neighbors asking for anything at all they could spare for a gift. And all they could get was just four little handfuls of something. 4 handfuls of flattened rice. That's it. That was everything. She tied it up in a little piece of ripped cloth and gave it to him. It wasn't a fancy gift, not at all, but it was filled with so much love. So there he goes. Sudamama takes his tiny little gift and starts the long walk to the great city of Dwaraka. And the whole time, he's just thinking about Krishna. But as he got closer, he started to get, well, pretty nervous. He thought to himself, I'm just a poor man in rags. How am I even going to get in to see a king? Have you ever felt that way? Kind of nervous to see someone you haven't seen in a long time? That's exactly how he was feeling. But then something amazing happened. He walked right past the first group of royal guards, then the second, then the third. He walked through 3 huge fancy gateways, and suddenly he was inside one of Krishna's 16,000 golden palaces. Can you even imagine? It must have been like walking into another world. Okay, get ready, because this is the best part of the whole story. Picture this. King Krishna is just relaxing on his royal bed with his beloved queen Rukmini. And then he looks up and sees him. Even all the way across the room, Krishna saw this poor, tired man standing there. And he knew, instantly, it was Sudama, his friend. So what does the king do? Does he send a servant? Nope. Does he just wave? No way. Krishna jumps up from his throne, right then and there, and he runs. He runs to his friend, and he gives Sudama the biggest hug, just wrapping his arms around him. And Krishna is so happy, so full of love, that tears of joy are just streaming down his face. It was an "I've missed you so much, my friend" kind of hug. And then Krishna showed everyone just how much his friend meant to him. He took Sudama and sat him down on his own royal bed. And then, get this, the king himself washed Sudama's dusty, tired feet with his own hands. He put sweet-smelling perfumes on him. He welcomed him with beautiful lights and incense. Even the queen, Rukmini, was there, fanning him to make him comfortable. Wow.
Everyone else in the palace was just stunned. Their jaws were on the floor. They were whispering to each other like, "Whoa, who is this guy? What did this poor man in dirty clothes do to be treated like this by the master of the universe?" So what do you think they talked about? Did Sudama ask for money? Nope. Did Krishna ask him why his clothes were so ripped? Not at all. They did what real friends do. They just held hands and started laughing and talking about when they were kids. Back in
Krishna was like, "Oh man, do you remember that time our teacher's wife sent us into the forest to get firewood? And then that crazy storm came out of nowhere? So much thunder and rain. We got totally lost in the dark, and we were so cold and scared, but we just held on to each other and wandered around all night. And then in the morning, our teacher found us."
And he was so happy to see them. He told them, "You two went through so much just for me. That's what it means to be a good student. Your hearts are so pure." You see, that memory, that adventure they shared, that's where their deep friendship really grew.
Sudama was so happy, so full of joy just from being with Krishna again, that he felt too shy to even give him that little bag of rice. He never even mentioned it. He stayed the night, and when he left in the morning, his heart was just full. He'd already gotten the best gift in the whole world, his friend. He totally forgot he was even supposed to ask for help. And that's really what this whole story is about, isn't it? Krishna didn't see some poor guy in rags. He saw his friend's heart. And Sudama realized that having a friend like that is worth more than all the gold in the world. So it really makes you think, what's the best gift you can give a friend? Is it something you buy in a store? Or is it something that comes from right here, from your heart?